Well, hello everybody, welcome to the Monster Pattern Search demonstration video. My name is Alexander Nikitin. I am a professional trader and a developer of pattern search software. This is the second video about Monster Pattern Search, and the first video was called Monster Pattern Search introductory video. So I advise you first watch the first video and then go to watch this one. In the first video I talked about the main differences between harmonic approach and advanced pattern trading approach. I also gave you a quick overview of the software that is available on the internet in advanced and harmonic pattern trading industry. Well as I gave you some teasers of how my software deals and resolves the problems that I outlined in the first video. Okay, and today I want to go deep into more details about my software, and I want to show you all the functions that it has, I will reveal you all the power that it has, and also I will tell you how you can tune the software to perform the best results, and how you can install it into your MetaTrader, how you can prepare that so you can perform the best of it. And now let's first start from the installation process. You are given the two files, Monster Pattern Search file. Depending on the version you have purchased, you either have MPS Pro, MPS Automatic, MPS Manual, and you are given the bonus file that is called Pattern Trade Assistant. Pattern Trade Assistant is an expert advisor. It helps you to trade according to what Monster Pattern Search finds. But it is not necessarily that you only trade it according to what Monster Pattern Search finds. Head over to my website www.ps-software.net, and somewhere in the bottom of the homepage you will find that robot-looking, Terminator-looking software called Pattern Trade Assistant, and watch the video to know its full capabilities. Okay, let's start about installation process of Monster Pattern Search. You should open your MetaTrader. You should go to File, Open Data Folder as usual. Then you should copy your files, open MQL4, and place Pattern Trade Assistant file into Expert because it is an expert, and Monster Pattern Search files into Indicators. It is an Indicators. Okay, this way you have placed your files into the corresponding folder, into corresponding directories. Then you need to close and open your MetaTrader once again, and thus they will be reloaded. After these operations done and your MetaTrader was reloaded, then click here. This is the Navigator tab. Here is the Help also pop-up that calls Control N, and you will have that files here. Currently the newest version is Monster Pattern Search 4. So if you have Monster Pattern Search Manual 3.9, 3.8, or Automatic 3.9, 3.8, or Pro 3.9, 3.8, you are welcome to give me an email, and you will be sent an update for free, of course, for free. Let's go next. This is the indicator folder. To run the Monster Pattern Search, you simply need to drag and drop it on your chart. But before we do that, let us first prepare our MetaTrader platform. And to do that, we need to go to Options, Tools, and we, under the Chart tab, we are to allow the maximal bars in history, maximal bars in chart. Okay, the maximal bars in history sets the limitation of how many bars you download from your broker. Maximum bars in chart sets the limitation how many bars actually are displayed in your chart, and the less number of bars you have, the faster indicator works. It does not recalculate all the bars from the very beginning. You don't need it for real-time trading, but if you are going to do the backtest, then you should allow as more bars as possible for backtesting purposes. Okay, then you should go to History Center, F2, and what is our pair? Euro Yen 1 hour. Yes, you should click on Euro Yen 1 hour. You should go to 1 hour Euro Yen and click download. Right now I have 1,000 and something 100 and something thousand bars downloaded. This is about what is that period? 2001. We have 2018 right now. 17 years of data is available in this particular chart. Well, because I have downloaded these many bars and allowed them to be displayed for demonstration purposes. Let me run the monster pattern search. After you have downloaded, by the way, you need to refresh your quotes. This is very important to refresh your quotes. Let's go run monster pattern search pro 4.4 version 4. I will first show you the functions that are common for every monster pattern search program, be it manual, automatic, or pro version, and then I will go into details. First of all, what functions are common? The patterns. Patterns are common. You always have patterns. The patterns are the same for whatever version you have. So what you have in your patterns settings? You have the pattern. You can display it or not, or hide it and do not display it. You can set your favorite color for it. This way you will differentiate. You know that your color is red are godlies and your yellows are bats. This way you will never mix them up. And you can use the stop loss. Let me talk about the stop loss a bit more. The stop loss, you can set pips, you can set fibs, and you can set ATR. What this means? First of course, you need to know the general rules for stop loss placement for godlies, for example. The general rule says that stop should go past X point. Yes, so you can set it. Let's say 10 pips past X. I'm using the 5-digit broker. This means it is 10 pips plus additional fractional 0. Yes, so don't be confused that I type 100. 10 pips, or you can use that Fibonacci, some inversion Fibonacci past X. Let's say 113 Fibonacci inversion, very common stop loss placement. Or you can use ATR, and as you choose the ATR, also you set this as a period. For example, ATR period 7. Sorry, ATR period 7. So these settings will mean this: ATR period 7. Well, your stop loss will go 1 ATR period 7 past your X. Very simple, and it is true for everything, every pattern. And if you set that to -1, then regardless of what your settings are, pips, fibs, ATRs, you will always have a default settings that I recommend you to use. Okay, what is next? The next common thing is that you can use the direction. You can use both. You can use bullish or bearish patterns. You can hide bullish, hide bearish, or show both. It is pretty convenient if you are using the trend trading or something like that. Uptrend was detected on high time frame, and you only want bullish patterns to be displayed, to be found. Okay, the next common feature is the filter of XA leg size. The XA leg is the first leg of a pattern, and this is calculated in ATRs. So it should be at least 3 average candles, 3 average candle sizes here, and it should be not more than 34 average candles like this. I like to have it 5, so let it be 5, at least 5, because 3 detects very small patterns. Regardless of the swing identification algorithm, you have that filter. If you draw manually, you also will be filtered this way. If you draw automatically, you also will be filtered this way. Okay, I suppose that's it. No. In every single software, in every variation, you have the right to choose how to display your potential reversal zone. It will either be displayed as prices, very good and very true for advanced patterns mostly, and it may be displayed as a rectangle showing you some reversal zone. It is better applied with harmonic patterns. Okay, now all common functions are explained. Now let's go into some different functions. I will first talk about the automated functions. The swing identification algorithm. If you are running Monster Pattern Search Pro or Monster Pattern Search Automatic, then you will have these functions that will scan your markets automatically. The small swing identification algorithm, medium swing identification algorithm, and large swing identification algorithm, and extra large. So these four are available for you if you are using automated and pro. And of course, manual is only available if you are using manual and pro. So as you understand, pro has everything, but automated only has this four and manual has only this one. Okay, let me run something simply just to show you what it looks like. Okay, and right now we don't have anything. Let me switch the algorithm. Let me make it a bit smaller first, and let me switch the algorithm to medium. Maybe it will find some patterns that fit some price action, and you see some minor patterns are displayed. The software is 100% objective. It does not take price from the chart. It does not do it this way. Charts and patterns are never repainted. So if the pattern failed, it stays on the chart, and every time you know that your backtesting results are absolutely the same as your real-time trading results. You see, the software does not pick up the reversal. It takes the price that was calculated as the area. This area was calculated, and you see it was almost there. Price respected this level, and that level was calculated. It was not taken from the chart. Okay, I think you understand what it is, because many software will do it this way. They will set a reversal here, and this price goes higher and higher and higher. They draw your pattern higher and higher and higher, and they finally say, okay, the reversal occurred, but you already sold here. What you would do all the way to the upside? Will you have your position? Will you cover your position? Will you double it? Will you hedge it? What you would do? Sometimes price goes without stop and it blows up your account. Well, these are algorithms. Now let's talk about stop losses a bit more in details. Yes, so what do we have right now? We have one pattern that is a cipher pattern and one extended pattern that is a butterfly pattern. Pretty cool. Let me switch to settings. Let's go to the cipher pattern. It is in the bottom, and let me choose the cipher. You see, cipher stop pips. Yes, let me choose cipher stop pips, and let me use, let's say, 15 pips stop loss. 15 pips stop loss. Okay, that's it. If I stretch my fibs from here to here, I know that the distance from X towards my stop is 15 pips. 14.6, actually this is some measurements is not exactly correct when I measure it manually, but the software doesn't lie. Okay, what if I change my stop loss type and my stop loss value into something else? Let's say I want stop loss fibs, and I want fibs be the 127 to inversion. 127 to inversion, yes, pretty cool. And you see it goes to 127 to inversion of X to C. Yes, this is the cipher. What about the butterfly pattern? The original butterfly pattern is placed to 1414 because if price goes beyond 1414, it invalidates the pattern. Yes, let me delete the stuff, let me refresh rates, then it appears. But what if I do it this way? What if I go to the settings, to extended patterns, and I go to butterfly, and I go to this first in pips? I want 15 pips beyond 1414. I know the limitation order is 1414 and I want 15 pips beyond that. So if you stretch your fibs from X to A, yes, this is your 1414 level, and from here to here you will have 15 pips. Okay, next, what if I choose 161A as my stop loss placement? 161A as my stop loss placement. I go to butterfly, go to fibs, and just set 161A, and the stop loss is placed this way. Much more convenient. 161A. You can place whatever, 2, 3, whatever level you like. If you want to use ATR, it will be the same, 1 ATR beyond the limitation level of 1414. If you set 1 ATR for butterflies and you say the ATR period, let's say 7, one of the most common for advanced patterns, then it would go 1 ATR. This is 1 ATR 7. This distance is 1 ATR 7. 36.2. 36.2. Let's find it out. Where is the ATR indicator? Standards. 36.2. ATR 7. Here it is. 7. And you see the ATR 7 is 36.5. Okay, so we just calculated 36.2. It is approximately the same. The software doesn't lie, simply the reason maybe I'm not very precise to 35.9, 36.5, 1 pip difference. The problem is that it is impossible to measure it exactly the ideal way. The software will be more precise than my manual measurement. Then now you know how to set stops. Let me go to something else. If I go to Aussie dollar here, yes, in my previous video I was talking about the difference between harmonic patterns and advanced patterns, and now you will see the difference in play. First of all, let me switch into advanced patterns. This function is available in all versions of software. You can switch between advanced and harmonic, so you have 2 in 1. And the only thing that you need, you should stay consistent with one approach at least for some time. Let the edge be exploited, let the edge show the results before you switch to something else. Advanced patterns, for example, yes, what we have here, it is a bad pattern that recently appeared but it was not completed. Yes, you can see it didn't hit 618. And if I switch them to harmonic patterns, you will see that it is not a bad pattern, it is a godly pattern, and the godly pattern was completed. By the way, we lower had the crab pattern. Let me delete the crab pattern, so I will simply isolate the godly because we are interested in that. You see the potential reversal zone was calculated as these 3 lines. They were pointing at the same zone, so it could be a very good support zone, and the first bar that crosses that immediately showed some respect. Yes, so we saw that the reversal was in play. You can see. Okay, let me also show you the potential reversal zone difference. If we switch it from prices to rectangles, you will see maybe it is a bit more convenient for you to treat your reversal zones this way. Yes, you just simply see this, and then maybe you will trade as soon as this rectangle is broken to the upside. Maybe it is more convenient for you to for the software to show it this way. Okay, I like prices more. That's why, because I trade mostly advanced patterns. Okay, these are common features. as you might have noticed, there is also some feature that is not available in neither manual nor automated functions. This is called this limit. What is this limit? The limit is the number of bars to be analyzed. That's enough for trading to have 500 bars to be analyzed. If I measure the number of bars here within this window, you will see that I have 265. So my software will analyze as much as 2 of these windows, twice more than these windows. 500 bars are analyzed by default. When you have automatic function, it will analyze 500 bars, the last 500 bars. But with Pro function, you can choose how many bars to be analyzed, and if you type -1, you can analyze the whole history. This way you will do the backtesting. Instead of looking for those swings, instead of learning those rules of identification and those things that will take some time, you may concentrate on the rules of trading instead of that. Yes, for example, you may invent some filter that will avoid this loser, or for example, I have this kind of filter. When I have it this way, price action moves this way, I am already in, and then I have price action moving this way, showing me a potential pennant formation. I just get out immediately, and this way I have 4 pips loss instead of full stop loss. So this is my kind of filter that I developed making the back testing, doing the back testing. So you can see this is called the graceful exit when you are mistaken and you understand that the pattern is not likely to work. You can see that descending wedge, yes, something like this. In this case, I would also exit at break even, so as soon as price came to my level, because a valid reversal goes into your favor immediately, and it hits your targets. Okay, so this is inevitable loss. This is maybe a warning sign of this large candle, yes. So, and also some warning sign with this flag formation. So, well, potentially it may hit. Even if you ignored that sign, you still had this sign that told you, hey, be very cautious. Maybe you need to cover your position right now. Okay, how do I know that? Because the pattern stays on history. Not only those patterns that triggered stay, only those patterns that didn't trigger also stay. You see that here pattern started the movement early, and we had some reaction, and then price reversed it. So you may invent some rules, something like approximation rules. For example, if it reverses, let's say 1 decimal of an average true range, yes, if it didn't hit, let's say 0.10 of an average range, then I would never enter at retest, because the pattern obviously worked but without me. And the same thing here. For example, if you have it this way, you went the price action and you were not involved into this trade, and then you had it, the price action moving flag type, yes, and it is break into the downside. Stay away from that. Don't let your pattern to be a loss. You see that market may teach you so many stuff, so you need simply to listen to it and pay attention to what it says. And if you are very obsessed with the rules, how to draw the patterns, you don't have time to examine this stuff. You don't have time. Look at the reversal. You see the very candle that crosses the line shows immediate rejection. You see how color changes from bullish into bearish, and then it goes into your favor. So it may be trained. You can train here. It is the same, yes. You may invent the rule, the pattern must have worked here, so you maybe not need to re-enter that at this way you will protect yourselves from having a loss. Okay, that's why you need the backtesting. That's why when you have a pro version, you have an advantage, you have an edge over the other participants of the market. This is about the backtesting function. Let me switch into some other algorithm, large, small, medium maybe, or whatever, and we will have some other patterns slightly smaller. You see that? They will be displayed. No, I see that you understand the logic for now. Why I gave you the right to choose what type of patterns you need. By the way, you can attach two indicators. For example, one of them, Monster Pattern Search Pro or Monster Pattern Search Automatic, is running, for example, extra large algorithm, and the second is running medium algorithm. You see that? Medium, butterfly, and this one is extra large. Well, you will have more patterns. You can run small algorithm, you can run large algorithm, you can run them at the same time, and it is not limited anyhow how many indicators you can attach to your chart. What I advise you to do, why did I create it for swing identification algorithms? Because of the pairs personalities. Every pair has its own personality. For example, such pairs like dollar yen, they are moving this way for the year, moving this way, and then they are moving this way. This is the typical movement of dollar yen. So obviously it will be good if you would find a pattern here, yes, and this pattern is small. It is relatively small, yes, this pattern also is relatively small, so you are to exploit small algorithms, yes. Maybe this one will be your pattern, yes. But if you try to exploit large algorithms like this, for example, if we have some large pattern, maybe just simply, you will most likely have this, and this. You will most likely be stopped out each and every time. Some other pairs like Aussie Canadian, dollar Canadian, they are moving this way. They are moving this way over the course of the year. They move this way. You see that? How do I know that? Because I'm a backtesting maniac. I already did my homework. So you can exploit many larger patterns that were previously presented, yes, on the different pair. You see how many patterns we have, and they are winners. This way you can switch into medium swing identification algorithm, or even large or extra large swing identification algorithm. Just do the backtesting of the pair and find it out what algorithm suits the pair best according to its personality. In the end of this video, I will show you the backtest in Excel spreadsheet. I already did 10 pair tests. I analyzed 17 years of data, and I have found 11,000 of setups, and I have analyzed which pairs perform best with which identification algorithm. Okay, that's it for automatic functions. Let's now talk about manual functions. What are those manual functions? I will simply switch the Pro into manual, but it is the same as you run the MPS manual to your chart. Okay, so manual does not draw anything until you ask it to draw, and to ask to draw, you are to enter the drawing mode. How to enter the drawing mode? There are two, by the way, there are two drawing modes, standard one and diagonal. I will explain you the difference between the standard and diagonal. The standard is drawing this way. You start from X, go to A. You see the price is magnating with actual high and low, so you know that the price is taken from the chart to C to D. And if the pattern is okay, as soon as you click that, it will be drawn, and the entry and recommended stop, or the preset stop, whatever you wish, will appear. Next, if you press S on your keyboard, you will delete that. If you press A on your keyboard, you will enter the diagonal mode, like this. You see? A faster mode to draw the same pattern. Okay, then if you will go and say, okay, you know what, I want 2 ATRs below, and you press Z on your keyboard and then click it here, you will have the so-called ATR net. 1 ATR below, 2 ATRs below, 1 ATR above, 2 ATRs below. Sometimes it is very useful if you want to trade something not related to patterns. For example, this simple pullback, this violation, you simply set your trade as 1 ATR below, and you will make it this way, stretch your fibs from this towards your stop loss, and you would say, okay, you know what, my strategy would be this. I would measure the 1-to-1 distance. This is my target, this is my stop loss. If it's below 50, then I have positive risk to reward, and the first candle that shows the reversal, something like high close, will be my entry. So this way you have that entry. Okay, let me refresh. These are all manual functions. Okay, yes. So once again, C to draw the pattern, it draws this way. Yes. A to draw diagonal, it will draw it this way. Sorry. Come on. Okay, need to do it this way. To draw the diagonal. Well, and of course, why manual is so important? As you become more and more professional, you may say, okay, you know what, my eye became objective, and now I trust my eyes more than I trust your algorithm. You can even draw your patterns starting from this, or maybe this level, and you would say, you know, Alex, I like to draw patterns starting from this point. And nothing wrong with that. Here is the valid point. Simply your starting point is a bit weird, at least for me, but if you test it and if you find the objective way to calculate this very point, maybe next time you will draw it this way from here. Yes, something like that. You will have a larger cipher then. And now let me also explain some other feature for you. We talked about minimum size of your X to A leg. We talked about maximum size of your X to A leg. And what is that multiplier? Why do I need that multiplier? And let me explain it. This is for automated functions. Here's my drawing mode. You see that? Suppose you have a pattern. This is your pattern. Yes? If the previous movement is smaller than X to A size, yes, like that, this means that your pattern is actually a trend continuation pattern. Something like this. Boom, boom. This movement is smaller because next movement is larger than previous. Okay, okay, okay. We have trend continuation. Extended targets are in play. And if this movement, the previous movement, is larger than your X to A, yes, you see that X to A and previous movement is larger, then you have a kind of reversal pattern. And originally, Howard Gartley invented those patterns, or maybe discovered those patterns, as being double tops and double bottoms. And he said, well, there are very good opportunities if you trade them this way. So you may test it as well. And this way, simply type it here. Let's say the previous movement should be 127 of XA. It should be larger than XA, yes? And let me switch the algorithm to large. And this way, you won't see this bad pattern detected. No bad advance formation. And if you switch it back to, let's say, it should be at least 1/3 of XA leg, then you will have this bad pattern detected, because the previous movement at least 1/3 of this movement. Pretty convenient stuff as well. And now it is a wonderful offer for you guys. This is my policy with Monster Pattern Search. If you are a lucky owner of manual or automated function, yes, and you decide to also have a pro function, you don't need to buy a new pro function. You can simply upgrade and simply pay the difference between them. You already have manual, you already, let's say, paid half for your pro version, so you're just using manual to test it out how it goes, and then you decide, okay, now it's time to have a pro, and you simply pay the difference and you have pro. Although you had manual previously, and pro you have 2 files, but you pay one price. What I want to show you now is how to practice. Whatever version you have, it doesn't matter, automatic, pro or manual, you can always open this strategy tester. You can always double click here, go to indicators, and let me run Monster Pattern Search automatic. Let us set my indicator to something, to whatever we want it to be. Yes, let it be harmonic. Okay, prices, Gartley's. What I dislike crab patterns, so let them be false. And I dislike what I dislike else, I dislike shark, alternative shark, let them be false as well. And you should choose the pair that you have previously downloaded. This is very important. I will give you 2 tests right now. This is Euro-Yen. The Euro-Yen is the pair that I downloaded from the History Center, and you will see how it works first. Yes, we have it this way. You can play and you can pause. Yes, if you choose this every tick, it will show you every tick of every bar. You can be very, very precise, but it is very, very monotonous. This way, open prices only, it only goes bar by bar. When the bar is formed, it draws. It is the same as you press F12. You see, if I press F12, bar by bar appears. So I never use that plain function, and I always use F12 to play it out. Now look at how it goes in real-time trading. So we see that patterns are drawn in advance, and we don't know if price action will go there or it will go lower. Yes, so we simply play it. How it will go, I don't know. Okay, this one was a stop loss. The next is a butterfly, was a stop loss as well. And if I press and hold, it would be much faster. Okay, here's a very interesting situation. Let me show you my process of decision making. Yes, we have spikes to the downside, and if the next bar is a bullish bar, bull bar, if it is white, then I would make my decision to get involved, because this pin bar is very nice rejection of potential reversal zone. So I will press 1 bar more, and it is a bull bar, but it went very far beyond. So enter at market is not good for me. The risk to reward would stay not favorable for me. So I may wait for a return back to show a double top, double bottom. Sorry, let's play it out. If it gives me a double bottom, it gave me a retest, so I could place some limit order here and enter at retest. And now let's see how it goes and where it goes. Okay, double bottom, we saw it, and here it is. Very disputable situation here as well. We have this formation. We failed to install higher highs. You see, we only installed lower highs and came back, and this candle close is very powerful because it is very wide. It is not kind of indecision candle. We don't have very wide low shadow, something like this. This indicates that I would get out immediately, so my loss would be very small, something 17, not the full one of 51, but 17 pips, because most likely price will hit the stop loss and go further. And see what happened. Yes, so you use the indication. So playing this bar by bar, you can train yourself. Another stuff. Here it is, very powerful bullish candle. So what I need a reversal candle. It would be the ideal if the high of the next candle would be higher and the close of the next candle would be closer. Ideally, if it is a bearish candle, I would enter at market. So no, so I just stood away according to price action. No entry here, and it no entry, no loss. You know it, yes. Okay, another stuff here. Cool rejection at this reversal zone, but it was not tested fully, so we may have some additional test of this, and I will look at the retest of this zone to examine how it goes. And again, guys, the cross section is very suspicious here. First of all, we make this failure of making higher highs. Then this level that was initially tested was violated to the downside, and although we are sitting at our reversal zone, we should be very cautious in our decision making process. If I have a reversal candle, or even maybe I will wait for additional confirmation of one candle and one more. I would rather wait for a confirmation. Reversal candle plus some candle of high close candle. Okay, this is a reversal candle, and you know what, I'd enter it at market, and if it shows some suspicious price action at this trend line like this, yes, I would cover my profits short and I would exit with small profits rather than conventional ones. Okay, look at this, how it plays. It goes into my favor. Okay, it breaks that trend line. Perfect. Now it consolidates, and what I would do, I would close my small profits here. It may go further, it may go there, but I would close it because the price action is too suspicious. The price action is not good. It either should go straight and hit all my targets. I don't want it go that sideways consolidating, so that's why I would close my position here. Okay, and that was false preoccupation. I closed my position in vain, and that's why I missed the full potential of that. But guys, you can always re-enter. Look at this. If you respect other chart formations like that, head and shoulders formation, yes, plus that bat pattern, they indicate that the price should go further. So you may re-enter here and measure the targets of that head and shoulder projected here, and enter with your stops just below your previous low. So it's up to you what strategy you will develop. Simply need to test it and need to practice it. Bar by bar, it is very convenient with visual tester, and of course you should type your results in an Excel spreadsheet or maybe in paper. This is called a paper trading. Well, let me stop the euro yen and let me now show you some stuff. This is the strategy tester thing. For example, if you choose the pair that you did not download the quotes, dollar Canadian, you see we didn't go to history center and we didn't download the quotes for dollar Canadian. If we go to dollar Canadian, we only have how many records? 16,000 records, yes, and I ask it to analyze 5 years back. So 16,000 records may be not enough to start from 5 years. What the strategy tester does, it simulates your quotes. It has some history of 4 hours, and then it just simply guessing. It may be going here, maybe going there, and blah blah blah. It simulates the quotes. It doesn't have real historical data. You should keep that in mind, that you first need to download your quotes. Okay, let's go and start. Here's the Aussie Canadian, and now you can see how the indicator responds to that simulation. It will be a bit strange, the indicator response. Sometimes it leads to unexpected things. Okay, you just saw the pattern, and in a matter of seconds it was deleted. Let's move it next. We see 2 patterns, one of them deleted. What the heck is going on? I deleted because the quotes are simulated, deleted or replaced, so they don't stay on the chart as they should be. So the indicator is not working correctly because the data is simulated. It is not the real data. That's why, first of all, you need to download the data from your broker, as we did with Euro-Yen. You saw how it was perfectly nicely working. Well, that's it about monster pattern search. Some ideas on how you can train yourself to get the best performance, some ideas on how you trade this pair. Then now let's go to performance. Let me show you the Excel spreadsheet backtesting of that software, and it's called Backtesting Pro. As I actively trade advanced formation and I trade harmonic patterns rarely, then I will only show you the advanced formation, my favorite history, my favorite patterns results, and you can see that I have backtested 1, 2. In each page we have 2 pairs, so 10 pairs. Each and every pair was tested on 4 hours, you see, and 60 minutes. The period was 17 years, and the total number of patterns was found 1,200. Just imagine if you would do that manually. Yes, it will be very, very time consuming. Even if you are extremely fast and your eye got trained extremely to identify the patterns extremely fast as well, then it might take you 5 minutes to find the pattern on history, then to draw it, to check it with your Fibonacci's and so on. Of course, it might take time. Multiply those thousands for 5 minutes, so how much time you should spend backtesting? And this is not a guarantee that you have done objective backtest. Maybe you simply was kind of simulating. Maybe you simply your eyes would be looking at a win information rather than losing information. It is almost a guarantee that our eyes are working this way. We try not to notice what is not working. Otherwise, it would confirm that we are wasting our time. Just imagine that you are doing backtesting and you have a loser. You immediately start thinking that you are wasting your time. The strategy is not working. Why you should continue doing the backtest? Give it up. Don't do it. Okay. So, and as I told you in the very beginning, every pair has its own personality. The large algorithm does not perform very good on Aussie Canadian. You see that? But medium algorithm performs perfectly. You see that? Okay, the large algorithm does not perform very good. Let's say Gatlian bets not performing good on Aussie Yen. Yes, and also Gatlian bets not performing very good on the Aussie Yen as well. But look at Cypher, 86% accurate. Okay, so look at 1 hour, that medium patterns, smaller patterns. First of all, the time frame is smaller, and second, the patterns themselves are smaller as well. So each of them, Butterfly, it is 263 setups. Cypher is 115 setups on 1 hour, and it shows 64% accuracy. So pretty good statistical data. It is said that to get a reliable statistical data, you need to have at least 30 examples of something, but I'd say that you need at least 100 to say that okay, the statistics says that it is okay. What are these greens? I just marked those that are above 55. But guys, it is up to you. You may mark only those that are above 65. Yes, and this way you will have opportunities not that often, but you will have an opportunity that is almost a guaranteed winner. And this way you may enter with a larger position size, because you know it is a 75% probability, 80% probability of price to move in your direction, and in whatever case your drawdown will be very small. So these are the results that I could achieve 2 years ago. 2 years ago I was a bit less experienced than I am right now. If I would repeat this back testing, of course the results may become much better, because I know more about patterns, and I know more about the price action. I know much more about cutting my losses, about my risk management and whatever, and I know that I can perform much better than this back testing. This resembles my results 2 years ago. So 2 years ago I could achieve only that. And of course I had some rules for pattern invalidation. I had some rules for canceling my trades if the price action is not that, if it is suspicious or whatever. Just the same way as I showed you today, I also enumerated some rules that you may use. And this is not simply blindly following the signals of the software. Of course, there are some discretionary things that will say, okay, you know, if the A point of the godly is pierced, and it stays invalidated. So some rules for invalidation of patterns were applied. Then let me show you the Australian dollar and Euro Yen dollar. Australian dollars are pretty good. I like them. Euro Yen, not every pattern is working good on Euro Yen. Bets are pretty good on Euro Yen. 61 on a large algorithm, 77 on a medium algorithm. So simply trade bets on Euro Yen, and you will be happy. Okay, some not good godly's bets on Euro dollar. One of the most common pattern is the godly and the bet. One of the most common pairs is Euro dollar. That's why the majority fails. They start backtesting, they backtest godly, they backtest bet, they say okay, I backtested large, then let me backtest medium, they backtest godly, and they say, you know what, this crap doesn't work, and they quit that. Euro dollar, the most famous pair, godly is the most famous pattern, yes, and it neither works, it doesn't bring you any profits. You say what? Let me use something else. What do you say? Okay, cipher 60%, bet 58%, and so on and so forth. So you can do the optimization according to your taste. Here in the diagrams I just built up the optimization methods. First of all, if you use large godlies, yes, and you use the portfolio this way that these godlies perform best, then you may achieve from 54 if you trade all the godlies to 62. Yes, you may achieve a pretty nice improvement of your godlies if you don't trade them on all pairs. For example, don't trade them on Euro dollar, large godlies. The same with medium patterns, and we see that each and every pattern was improved simply by the fact that you don't trade them on all pairs. You trade them on some pairs and you don't trade on some other pairs. And you may set it inverse. If you don't trade all patterns on one pair, for example on Aussie Canadian, if you don't trade some patterns that perform worse, you will have this improvement. Sometimes the improvement is not very obvious, you see 60 to 61%, and sometimes the improvement is radical, 55 to 60%. And there is no limit in improvement. Of course, I would kind of warn you, so you do not try to fit the patterns into history. Do not try to catch all those turns of the market. This way you will fit it to the history, and there is no guarantee that it will work in real time after that. Try to stay objective. Try to stay within some general set of rules. Well, yes, some pairs are moving trending and trending and trending. Other pairs are moving consolidating, consolidating, consolidating. So you may have some basic guidelines of how to tweak your software, but do not do that over optimization. Do not try to fit it to historical results. Okay, so what I had so far, I found 11,700 setups. Yes, this many winners, this many losers. If traded all blindly, then it is 56. If optimized and sometimes traded, sometimes not traded according to the situation, it is 59. Well, pretty good. If you know that we have on the average one-to-one risk to reward with advanced formation, that 59 result is very good. It is not an inverted risk to reward, it is one-to-one risk to reward. Okay guys, well, that's it about the software. I explained how you can install it. I explained how you prepare your MetaTrader. I explained you what functions we have, automatic, manual, or backtesting functions, and I also showed you how you can perform training with visual tester, and it is very important that you train yourself. The only fact that you have the software does not make you a good trader. Well, you have a tool, you have a powerful tool, but that's not enough. You have to train, and to train again and again and again. Well, I think you like this video, and if so, give me a thumbs up. Maybe you will share this video on social media, share it with your friends. Maybe some struggling traders are looking for some push into the right direction. And until then, good luck and good trading. Hope to see you soon.